Hey guys, welcome back to Mo's Game Table. Today we're going to take a look inside World War Z USA. This is a game designed by Dave Kershaw and published by White Dog Games. This is one of the brand new games that's out from White Dog. They've got a couple of them. I picked up in San Diego this weekend, so I wanted to share a look inside so you guys can find out a little bit more about the games. This is the first one we're going to take a look at, World War Z. The other is Caribbean Storm, so look for that pretty soon on the channel. So let's take a look at the back of the box and see what this game's all about. It says here, this solitaire game pits you as the leader of the United States against an outbreak of zombies or similar, called Zeds, in the game. You must manage population centers, farmlands, refugees, and the scientific and military response to the outbreak. There are counters for Zeds, riots, refugees, survivalists, the U.S. Army, the U.S. Marines, and the U.S. National Guard, and markers for farms, cities, forts, and nuclear detonations. And a special counter for the powerful boss Zed. The game map depicts the continental USA divided into 20 regions from New York to California. Game tracks on the map monitor your remaining production points, the state of the Zeds, the national food supplies level, anti-Zeds research level, the DEFCON level, and the number of available airstrikes. Components you get an 8-page rulebook, a 20 by 17 inch game map, 108 5/8 inch counters, 50 3/4 inch game markers, 1 quick play card, 1 random events card, 1 random region table, and 1 scenario and setup book, along with designer's notes. It says, besides the basic game, there are 15 special Zeds characteristics, fast, evolving, aquatic, flight, and more, 11 exciting scenarios, and 8 additional setups for hours of thrilling fun as you command USA resources in the struggle against the Zeds. And it's 1 player, 90 minutes, 13 and up are the ages. So let's take a look inside and see what you get. Get our rule book. Counter sheets, and let's dump the rest of this out here. We got our random region and events card, quick play card, scenarios and design notes, and the map. So let's set up the map and take a closer look at the game. And here's a look at the map that comes with World War Z USA. As you can see, the United States is broken into 20 separate regions. You also have numerous tracks on the map. These are for Zeds. You have the different Zed stats, priority, strength, and tough, Zed burst site. Then you have your resource tracks down here for the human player, turn track, remove military, and then your DEFCON track here. These hashed areas are defensive zones which represent movement through things like mountains, rivers, natural terrain features like that. And here are a look at the counters that come with the game. These are made by Blue Panther, so if you are familiar with them, you're going to know that they're nice, thick counters, and they're really sturdy. They're going to take a lot of abuse, and nice and colorful too. There's your Zeds, there's different U.S. military forces, refugees. Then you have different locations that'll be placed on a map, forts, cities, the boss Zed, you have farms, and then some other Zeds, as well as other admin markers. And then some more admin counters. And you know a zombie game is getting real serious when it's got nuclear detonation markers. Then we have the random region and events cards. You're going to be rolling off this table and determining the random events. I'm not going to show you the random events. I just give you a quick glimpse, but I don't want to ruin the surprise for you when you go to play the game yourself. Then we have the quick play card that gives you all of the steps you're going to be doing each turn. You have the random event phase, Z phases 1 and 2, and then all of the steps you can do under your player phase. We'll take a look inside the rulebook. It is only an 8-page rulebook, so not a lot to read through to grok, get to the table. Introduction, the map. We get into the different areas, city, farm, and open areas, as well as the game tracks, how to use those. And then you get into your counters. Again, over to here, the setup starts on page 3, and then you get into the turn itself on the bottom of page 3 going into page 4. So half of the rule book is on setup, so really should be pretty simple to get to the table. Random events phase, the Z phase 1, Z burst, Z attack, with text examples throughout the book. Then you have your Z movement. And we have some illustrated examples to explain Z phases 1 and 2. Get to the player phase here on page 6, research breakthrough roll, check for riots, determining your resource points, how to spend them. Then you have air, nuclear, biochemical strikes, and how to build units. And then we get to the move units, attacking Zeds, and end turn on the back of the rulebook. So as you can see, pretty fast rulebook to get through. Now we'll take a look at the scenarios and design notes. It lists out all 12 scenarios that come with the game, as well as some alternative historical setups dating all the way back to 1776 and going all the way through 1945. So a little bit of tongue-in-cheek fun there. Introduction, special Zeds characteristics, which gives you a listing of all of the different characteristics for these Zeds in the game and their explanations. Then you start with the scenarios here on page 2. We have the basic game, we have a random game, and then we have a whole bunch of other games listed by movie titles. 28 Days Later, World War Z, Night of the Living Dead, Walking Dead, Z Nation, War of the Worlds, Plants vs. Zombies, Cloverfield, and Resident Evil. So some games and movie franchise names tied in there. Then your alternative historical setups there, which we've talked about starting at 1776 and going all the way through 1945. Design notes on page 7. And they go all the way to the back of the book. And that is a look at everything you get inside of World War Z USA, a game designed by David Kershaw and published by White Dog Games. I've had a lot of good experiences with the White Dog Games line, and this one, it's zombies. I have an affinity for zombie games, especially if they're clever. This one looks like it's a combination of clever and funny at the same time. So had to get it, give it a shot, and see if it is as fun as it looks. I do like the whole idea that you're kind of dealing with the entire United States and this massive zombie outbreak instead of just the tactical level. I love tactical games, and obviously the tactical level zombie game is always fun, but I like the big picture idea here as well. And it's got that kind of constant siege feeling that you're just trying to plug holes and fix the overall impending doom of the United States and the world from a zombie invasion. So it looks like it'll be a lot of fun, and can't wait to get it on the table. Hope that helps you guys out if you've been curious about this one. If you have any comments or questions, post them down below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.